Title: Echoes of the Forgotten. The moon hung like a pale coin in the ink-black sky, casting long, twisted shadows over the desolate town of Ravensbrook. A shroud of fog clung to the ground, wrapping the streets and buildings in an eerie embrace. An unsettling stillness settled over the town, broken only by the distant hoot of an owl and the faint rustling of leaves. In a decaying mansion at the outskirts of Ravensbrook, a group of 5 friends had gathered for what they thought would be a night of thrills and chills. They had heard rumors about the mansion, whispers that it was haunted by the vengeful spirits of those who had met a gruesome end within its walls. But the friends were young and daring, and the promise of a good scare was too tempting to resist. The mansion's grand foyer was illuminated by a flickering candle placed precariously on an old table. As they explored the mansion's gloomy rooms, their laughter echoed through the air, a stark contrast to the unsettling silence that enveloped Ravensbrook. It wasn't long before the group stumbled upon a locked door at the end of a dimly lit corridor. Intrigued, they set to work trying to pry it open. After what felt like an eternity, the door creaked open, revealing a hidden staircase leading down into darkness. Hesitant but driven by a morbid curiosity, they descended into the abyss below. The air grew colder, and a sense of foreboding settled in their chests as they reached the bottom of the staircase. The room they entered was unlike anything they had seen before. It was a macabre gallery, the walls adorned with grotesque paintings that seemed to shift and writhe in the dim light. Each painting depicted scenes of death and torment, with twisted figures leering out from the canvases. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, their earlier laughter now a distant memory. As they cautiously moved further into the room, a whispering wind began to rise, carrying with it faint, haunting voices that seemed to echo from the very walls themselves. A sudden gust extinguished their candle, plunging them into complete darkness. Panic set in as they fumbled for a source of light, their hands trembling. Then, a single candle ignited at the center of the room, casting an eerie glow that illuminated the paintings in a ghastly dance of shadows. The friends froze as the whispering voices grew louder, forming words that sent shivers down their spines. "You have awakened us. You shall join us. Forever." Their breath hitched as they saw movement within the paintings. Figures emerged from the grotesque scenes, their eyes burning with malevolent intent. One by one the figures stepped out of the canvases, their forms shifting and distorting as they materialized into the room. The friends' screams were drowned out by the cacophony of anguished wails that now filled the air. In a desperate attempt to escape, they turned and raced towards the staircase, but the door slammed shut before them. Frantic, they pounded on the door, their cries of terror echoing through the mansion. The malevolent figures drew closer, their grotesque forms twisting and contorting as they reached out with skeletal hands. With a final, bone-chilling scream, the friends were engulfed by the vengeful spirits, their bodies merging with the grotesque paintings that adorned the walls. The room fell silent once more, the candle flickering out as the spirits retreated back into their cursed canvases. Outside, the moon continued to cast its pale light over Ravensbrook, the fog now thickening and spreading like a sinister shroud. The mansion stood as a silent sentinel, its secrets buried within its walls, waiting to ensnare any who dared to tread its cursed halls. And as the night deepened, the echoes of the forgotten whispered through the town, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lay hidden in the shadows.